Slam titles in a row. Is that correct?
That is correct. It's also known as the Serena Slam 2.0.
Oh, you're making up your own? I see. Okay.
Well, someone else told me that, so I was like, okay, 2.0 sounds nice. Because it's not the first Serena Slam, it's the second one. So that's just still super cool to me. Like, that is just really awesome.
It is very cool. Do you have it in you to hit the Serena Slam 5.0 one day?
Oh, no. That'd be like 5 Serena Slams.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
See,
I missed that. Maybe in another life.
Okay. You've been maintaining this level of play for a very long time. So let me ask you a question. The other day when you played your match on Tuesday, was that yesterday?
Yeah,
it was yesterday. You lost the first set,
yeah,
but you came back and won. How hard is it at this stage of your career to lose a first set like that, and then just to pick it up and pull it back? I mean, does your confidence ever waver at this point in your career?
No, my confidence doesn't waver. I'm out there and I'm thinking, okay, let's just, what did you do wrong in this set, and what can you do to improve? And I'm thinking at that point, like, Serena, can you do more? You know, just try something different. So that's pretty much what I do.
And obviously you want to hit the Serena Slam 2.0. How important is every stop on the way? For example, the Rogers Cup. Is it a very important tournament for you to win? I mean, you've done very well the Rogers Cup in the past.
Yes, well, I already hit the Serena Slam 2.0 by winning 4 in a row, but I guess everyone says Grand Slam now, but I'm not really thinking about that too much. But the Rogers Cup is a really good tournament because it's a great warm-up for the U.S. Open, and it's, you know, similar surface, so you really need those matches and that experience. And then what makes it really good as well is that all the top players play here, and so you get all that competition that you're going to get at the U.S. Open. And, you know, you always want to go out and try to win the last Grand Slam of the year.
Right. Now, speaking of Grand Slams, you were in 13 Grand Slam finals as a doubles partner with your sister Venus, and every single time you won. You've got a 13-0 record in that. But sometimes you get to play her in singles. I guess not so often anymore. Are you glad that Venus, I mean, not that you're glad that she's out of the tournament, obviously, but is it a relief to not worry about having to play your sister later on if that were to happen, if the draw?
No, never. I mean, it always is a relief to not play her, but not by means of her losing. If she maybe hadn't entered the tournament, that would be different. But, you know, when she's playing, I always want her to do the best, and I always want her to win. And she always hopes the best for me as well.
I'm sure she does. All right, so one more question before we find out if anybody's got some questions there. You're very active in charity. You built 2 schools in Kenya.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anything else? What's planned on that front coming up?
Well, yeah, so we built 2 schools in Kenya, which was super, super exciting. And then every year I have a race, and we run 5 or 10K for my charity, for the Serena Williams Foundation, which also raises money to build school and also raises money for education locally for us in the United States. And it's been great. Last year I ran the 10K, which I was excited about because I'm not a runner per se. And I know you guys are probably like, that's it. But usually I do sprints, and I usually, I'm a short distance runner. So I was really excited to do that. And this year I was really happy because after Wimbledon, the website, Ultimate Run, shut down because everyone was trying to sign up for the race. So it was really exciting that people wanted to be a part of the charity, and so it's going to be good.
And running, and you helped someone run a marathon last year, I understand. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, I was moral support in terms of eating. It was at the end of the year, and my friend Caroline Wozniacki was running the New York City Marathon, which was just insane, and she did it so fast. And I was there to support her, and I was really, really happy for her. It was pretty cool.
I asked her about it the other day. We had a little Q&A with her during our Pizzaville Free Community Weekend, and I asked her about it, and I said, so did Serena pace you? Was she running in the marathon? Was there any chance? And she said, I don't think that you were prepared to run the marathon.
No, I definitely wasn't prepared. In fact, when she started like at 5 in the morning or something, and I think I slept, and then I went out. I went to have like a huge breakfast, like I had waffles and all kinds of syrup and stuff, and it was my off season though, it was like my first 2 weeks of the off season. I was just like, more and more. So, and then I was eating, I was like, we gotta go, because I think you can track the runners, and we're like, Caroline, she's gonna be finishing soon, so it was pretty exciting.
So while she was running, you were having breakfast.
I was having not breakfast, but a big hearty breakfast.
Very nice. Okay, so is it okay if I get some questions from the crowd here?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I know I have a question right here. These two wanted to get right in front and ask a question.
The mental aspect of the game is obviously critical, and since you're the very best tennis player in the world, I wonder to what degree you work with sports psychologists and things like that on your mental game.
Yeah, well, I don't really work with sports psychiatrists or psychologists. I kind of just, when I was younger, my dad always taught us different mental things and mental tricks, and he would always tell us that the game is so mental and physical, but the game is 80% mental, and that me and my sister had to be really strong and really tough and really prepared for anything, and I think that really propelled me and prepared me to be the best player that I could be, and it really, really worked out for me.
Okay, somebody had a question over here. They said okay, this young lady here. What's your name?
Kaylee.
Hi.
Kaylee, this is Serena.
Why did you pick tennis and not any other sport?
Well, I didn't really technically pick tennis. My dad started me in tennis, but I definitely stuck with it. I could have changed sports, but I realized that I used to love gymnastics, but I realized that probably was going to be too old to do gymnastics at that age, so I was like, stick to tennis.
How many years did it take before you stopped resenting that choice by your not resenting, but where you accepted it wholeheartedly and said this was a great choice?
Not long, because like when I was like 12 or even younger, I realized if I wasn't already at the Olympics, then probably wasn't going to happen. So.
Okay. Who else has a question up here? Okay. Running to you here.
Hi. Just wanted to say good luck in the tournament
Thank
and
you.
the US Open as well. I do know that you're very into fashion,
Yeah.
so I was wondering how you sort of decide what you're going to wear for like your tournaments and your matches and stuff.
Yeah, well, we actually I actually finished designing stuff for 2017. For at least up into the French Open of 2017. So we decided way in advance, and usually I look at pop culture, I look at fashion, I look at different runways, and and look at different colors, and there's actually always a color trend, so pretty much everyone has this whole book of color trends, but yeah, I look at everything and decide, and then I just start sketching and how I feel, and what haven't I worn, and what would I like to do, and what would I like to see different, and what silhouettes am I into, so that's kind of what we designed by. Thank you.
Okay, Serena, I have a question over here.
Hi, Serena.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
I want to know, when you're in the middle of a match and it's not going well, you are the queen of turning it around. So what is it, do you have go-tos in your mind that calm you down, bring you back into the match, get you thinking strategically to make changes? What are those?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. When I'm not doing well, I get angry, and then I just try harder, or it's just the weirdest thing. I don't know. If I could bottle it up, I'd sell it to you, but I can't. So it's just so weird. It's just something I don't understand at this point in my life. I also feel like, thank you. Also feel like I just don't like the feeling of losing, so I give even more effort and more, and I try more, and I work even harder, and it's just, I think it really boils down to the tenacity, the mental aspect, which he asked about earlier. I don't think it's one particular thing. I think it's a lot. If I find out more, I'll let you know, though. Okay.
Okay, Serena, over on this side here, Mohammed has a question. He's sort of hiding behind a tree
Hey,
there.
Mohammed.
Hello.
Hey. Do you
Hello. Hello.
question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you beat Djokovic?
I think, Mohammed, everybody wanted to ask, but nobody would.
Yes.
Can we schedule that here in Toronto?
No.
Okay.
Brown,
All
I have
right.
a question
You're
right
welcome.
here.
Okay.
Hi, Serena. I'm from Kenya, and I grew up there. I'm just delighted that you built a school there. How did you pick Kenya of all the countries?
Well, that's a good question. I visited all parts of Africa, and just to be perfectly honest, politics, Kenya was really easy to work with, and also there was no language barrier. And I was in Senegal, I was in Cote d'Ivoire, I was in a lot of other countries, and I do speak pretty good French. But the government working in Kenya was great, and it was the charity that we work with, Build Africa Schools, BAS. They had a base in Kenya, and they also do things in Tanzania as well, and other countries that we're hoping and looking to get to. But it's not easy, you have so many things that you have to do with the government and with a lot of stuff and a lot of approvals that you have to get, and so it's definitely something that we are just really fighting every day, just on all fronts, just to open more schools.
All right, Serena, I have a question from this gentleman here, but before I do, Carl Hale, our tournament director, wanted me to